Hello Superman fans, welcome back here. After 4 seasons, Superman and Lois ended with a bold and emotional conclusion that broke a long-standing Superman tradition. In its finale, the show delivered a definitive ending for Tyler Hoechlin's Man of Steel, marking the first time in Superman's 85-year history that his death was portrayed as final and irreversible. This poignant conclusion to Clark Kent's story stands out not only for its narrative weight but also for its place in the legacy of the DC superhero. The final episode of Superman and Lois saw Superman facing 2 of his greatest foes, Doomsday and Lex Luthor, in a high-stakes battle. Doomsday, who had been controlled by the villainous Luthor, ultimately broke free from Lex's influence. The bizarro side of the creature remembered his family and chose to sacrifice himself rather than continue as a tool of destruction. Meanwhile, Superman engaged Lex Luthor in a direct confrontation, emerging victorious in what would be their final clash. Though both antagonists played pivotal roles, neither was directly responsible for Superman's ultimate demise. Instead, the groundwork for Clark Kent's fate had already been laid earlier in the series. A pivotal moment revealed that Superman's Kryptonian physiology was rejecting the human heart he had received from Sam Lane, shortening his lifespan and leading to his eventual death. The 4th season of Superman and Lois began with a dramatic twist when Doomsday seemingly killed Superman in the first episode. This storyline echoed the iconic death of Superman arc from the comics. However, Clark Kent was resurrected a few episodes later, giving viewers hope for a brighter future. As the season progressed, time skips revealed glimpses of Superman's life after his resurrection. Though his new heart extended his life by 32 years, Clark's abilities gradually weakened. His second death came decades later, in the quiet of his Smallville home, with his sons Jonathan and Jordan by his side. This time, there were no miraculous comebacks. It was a peaceful yet definitive end for the Man of Steel, marking a departure from the typical superhero trope of resurrection. Adding to the emotional weight of the finale, Lois Lane had passed away years earlier after her cancer returned. The story ends with Clark and Lois reuniting in the afterlife, bringing their journey to a heartfelt close. Superman is arguably the most iconic superhero in history. Over the past 85 years, he has died and returned in numerous stories, both in comics and live-action adaptations. However, his death in Superman and Lois stands apart for one key reason: it is truly final. Alex Garfin, who played Jordan Kent in the series, explained why this ending is so meaningful. He noted that despite Superman's long history, audiences had never seen him fully die before. This rare decision reflects the show's commitment to telling a complete and emotionally resonant story. Unlike the temporary deaths often seen in superhero stories, Clark Kent's passing in Superman and Lois is a permanent farewell. It offers closure not only to his journey but also to the show itself, as there are no plans for future seasons or spin-offs. Superhero stories are notorious for undoing deaths through plot devices like time travel, alternate realities, or miraculous resurrections. Even Superman and Lois followed this pattern earlier in its final season, bringing Clark back to life after his initial death. However, the show's decision to end with Clark's permanent death, and the conclusion of Lois's story as well, creates a unique and heartfelt resolution. Clark's second death feels more celebratory than tragic. In his final moments, he finds peace, forgiving Lex Luthor and reuniting with Lois in the afterlife. This conclusion gives Superman and Lois a sense of completeness rarely seen in superhero media. With Superman and Lois now concluded and David Corenswet set to debut as Superman in James Gunn's Superman Legacy, Tyler Hoechlin's portrayal of Clark Kent marks the end of an era. The show's decision to offer a definitive conclusion ensures that Hoechlin's Superman will be remembered as a unique chapter in the character's long history. This finality underscores the emotional depth of the series and its willingness to explore themes of mortality, legacy, and love. The end of Clark Kent's journey, alongside Lois Lane's, is a poignant reminder that even the greatest heroes must eventually rest, but their influence endures. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. See you soon.